Welcome to the latest edition of Hey Y'all Real Quick from Our Kitchen. I'm doing this because I've just gotten in a used deck that I purchased. It's the Toth Tarot deck. It's a 1987 edition of it. And I have this thing where I like getting decks that match a milestone year. So I have a Rider-Waite-Smith deck from, 1971, even though I was born in 1970, and I just said, okay, 71, that's close enough. So I have that, and this is from 1987, which is when I graduated from high school. Now, one little rant. I bought this from a Swiss auction site, for about 30 bucks. And I'm seeing the Toth deck, in this particular edition of the Toth deck, going on eBay for like 200 bucks, 250 or whatever, which is ridiculous. You do not have to pay that much for this deck, or really, I mean, it's really, I don't know what type of deck you'd want to pay that much for, unless it was something hand drawn, or in terms of vintage, maybe a 1969 version of the Toth deck, because I think that's when they started mass publishing it or something. I don't know. I wouldn't pay 200 or 300 for this. So anyway, like I said, I got it for about 30 bucks. And the other thing is that you have a lot of folks saying, oh, you should not purchase a used deck. I've never had any problems with purchasing used decks. You just have to cleanse it. You have to spiritually cleanse it, and then, cleanse it if you want to. You just have to be careful with that too. So anyway, I'm doing this because I wanted to show you my particular process. Remember, your mileage may vary, but how I cleanse used decks. I guess you could say it's my intake process, or my onboarding process. So anyway, I have the deck. I have a plastic bag, which isn't, it's not that sustainable, I'm sorry, but you could probably use a paper bag too, but I use a plastic bag. The paper bag may spill the salt. I'm going to explain the salt in a second. Get a plastic bag, and then I have salt. This is just normal table salt. It's not a special salt or anything like that. I haven't done anything to it. It's just salt. Here's another little rant. I believe in using what you have, using the stuff you have in the kitchen. No, I'm not going to turn this phone around so you can see what's going on over there, but use what you have in the kitchen. Just use some table salt. My mom would use that for the little things that she would do spiritually around the house or whatever. You can use table salt, normal pepper, cayenne pepper, whatever it is. You don't have to go do the special type, whatever. So anyway, table salt, plastic bag. And what I do is I just, I can take this out. And also I have problems talking and doing stuff at the same time. So hold on, I'm gonna shut up. And I pour a whole bunch of salt in the bag, okay? Now, if you would like to, you can also, I've got some dried sage here. This is from the garden. You can use your Morton's or McCormick sage too. And then I just break off some. And this is for the cleansing, the spiritual cleansing of the deck. And I put the sage, I break it off and I put it in with the salt. And then I mix it up, okay? Then I take the deck. I take out the cards from the box. I take the thingy, Benusa, I'm losing my words, user manual, with that little white book from the deck. And then, these cards are in some good condition. I put the cards in the bag and I shake them up. And I shake them up so that the salt gets all over the deck. It gets in between the cards. And I do this. And I keep the cards in here in the salt for about a week or so. But that's another thing where you have to depend on your intuition. I will ask the cards, hey, you ready to come out yet? Are you clean? And then I listen to my intuition and it says yes or no. And I do it that way, but probably about a week. And every other day or so, I'll give it a good shake. all right? So after that, after about a week or maybe even 2 weeks, I will take the cards out. I mean, I'm not going to do it with this. I take the cards out and then I will lay the cards out one by one on a table, and I take a moist rag, not damp, not soaking, but just kind of moist, and just with water, and I wipe down each one of the cards on the front and back. I make sure all the salt is off first, and then that's what I do to each one of the cards. Now, when I'm feeling really special and extra, I use holy water from Einsiedeln, from where the Shrine of the Black Madonna is, and I will do that, but that's just my thing, all right? So again, this is just a simple way of getting your used deck ready to use, to spiritually cleanse it, just using some salt and maybe some sage or whatever else type of cleansing material that you want to use. And yeah, after about a week or two, or what your intuition tells you to do, take it out, wipe it off, and then it's ready to use for the most part. Let it dry, but again, you know, if you wipe it down with water, that rag, and use a rag, don't have it like too wet, just have it moist, because you're gonna ruin your cards if you do that. So that's a hey y'all real quick, this edition. Let me know what you do with your used cards. I do this with new cards coming in too. I forgot to say that. I do that. Or if I don't do this with the new cards, I'll, you know, do some Palo Santo or something like that. I'll prepare them that way. But for used decks that I bring in, this is what I do. Okay, let me know if you have any questions. Put them down in the comments. If you have your own way of preparing your decks and cleansing your decks, please feel free to share that. Questions, comments, anything, please just let me know, all right? Okay, that's it. And yeah, I'll be doing this for a bit. Take care. Bye.